Hello and welcome back to EOS Knights. Today on my main account I will be showing you the dungeon feature of this game. So if you click on the right side here, you'll see the different kinds of dungeon there is. Sometimes there's also a dungeon quest, and then there are dungeon tickets right here. So as you can see, there are 5 different dungeons for which there are different floors needed to be reached to unlock it. So in general, for whatever type of dungeon that you have, you'll have to have at least level 10 on all of your characters so that you can unlock at least 5 skills. So that is the number 1 thing that you need. And the number 2 thing that you will need is a certain floor reach. So this 50F stands for floor 50. So you'll have to have reached at least floor 50 to unlock easy mode on Knights of Cheese, level 500 or floor 500 to get normal, 1500 to get hard, and 4500 to get hell. So as you can see, depending on the difficulty, you'll also get different kinds of enemies. For the Devil's Speech, you'll need 100, floor 100 to get into easy mode, and so on and so forth, reaching up to floor 400 for the Red Dragon, which goes up to 6100 on Hell mode. Alright, as you can see, it requires a ticket, and whether you go on easy, normal, or Hell requires different tickets. As you can see, if you click on tickets here, you can look at the different tickets. So as you can see, you can get some tickets every 24 hours, and you can stockpile up to 8. As you can see, it's full. You can either, as I said, get those tickets for free once every 24 hours, or you can craft them using the given materials here. However, that is quite expensive. Also, if you look here, if you defeat the boss, you will either have an 11.44% chance to drop a boss material, or if you don't drop that, you'll get at least a rare item, or you'll have a 7.15% chance to get a different rare drop. Obviously, on Devil's Speech, you'll get the crab plate here instead of the cheese, which you'll use for other items. Personally, I think by the time that you can actually beat the cheese boss, the cheese isn't really useful anymore. So I would really advise to go directly for the Devil's Speech, as you can make a pretty good armor with these plates. Anyway, I'll just quickly show you how it works. So you put in 1 ticket, then you click on Adventure here. It will prompt up your wallet to confirm whether you really want to do this, and then you will go into the dungeon. In the easy mode, you will have 3 different waves. The first wave will be 2 enemies, the second will be 3, and the third will be 3, of which 1 is the boss. So as you can see down here, these are the skills which I have leveled, which I'll show you again after we've exited the dungeon. But as you can see, they all have numbers under them, which coincide with the amount up here. So this one would cost 2 of 7 AP, 2 of 7, 1 of 7. And when I've used up all 7, I can do nothing more and have to end the turn. So let's go and look into here. I can, for instance, use the fireball, which does damage against 1 enemy, or this multi-arrow, which will do damage to all enemies. I can heal, I can use dodge. Anyway, since I don't have a lot of attack on this turn, I will use my increase attack by 20% this turn, and I'll put it on my mage character as I want her to use the fireball. So I will click on there, use it there, and then I will also use the multi-arrow in hopes to kill off this enemy. It's always best to try to kill off 1 enemy first instead of doing damage to all of them, since after I end the turn, I will get my AP back, but also the enemies will attack in between 1 to 2 times per enemy. Alright, this should be easy to defeat, so I won't even do anything more. As soon as you get to the next wave, don't worry, your AP will be refilled. Alright, this time I have more attack things in here, which is better than beforehand. I'll use this first, and as you can see, it went nicely in between 2 characters. I'll put that there, and hopefully kill off 2 in the beginning, and my turn. Go to the next. A thing that I advise is that you seriously wait until you've reached at least floor 100 to go into the dungeons. First of all, as I said, I don't think the cheese is really worth it. And also, even if you have floor 50, it's not actually that easy to defeat the boss. I've not really done it that often. I've needed at least floor 100 before I was really able to defeat the bosses. Yeah, as you can see, wave 3 is now with the boss in the middle. In this case, he can do 2 things, or 3. He can do a strong attack, he can do a AoE attack, so he will attack all of your characters, or this one is able to provide a defense buff to himself or his minions. Alright, this time I'll use an attack against this one and another attack to get this one out of the way. Since some of my characters have been wounded, I'll use a heal, and I'll also increase the defense of my least defended player. I'll end the turn and you'll see the attacks going through. So attacked once, he will provide defense and did nothing else, so I got a little bit lucky this time. Even though I said I would really advise for you not to actually start the dungeon beforehand, since you probably won't win. As you see, the AoE attack happened right there. You can actually go into the dungeon once every 24 hours, even though you will lose, because the benefit of doing this is that even if you fail the dungeon, you will get 50 magic water every time. So you can use about your free ticket every 24 hours, since if you don't use it up, it will just get lost anyway. As you can see, I have now defeated the boss, and to claim my reward, all I have to do is click right here, and we should see what kind of drop I get. As you can see, I luckily got a crab shell, and also as you can see, I got 150 magic water. So if you get the boss done on easy difficulty, you'll get 150 magic water, which is quite nice as well. Alright, I would have a second ticket if I would want to go in again, or I could also go in versus Tulip Garden, but I don't think that is really necessary. Alright, let's go into skills. So I'll go on my character, and as you can see, these are the different kinds of skills, and depending on what level you are, you can choose a different skill, and you'll be able to level up one skill every time you level up. If you've made the wrong decision, you can reset it once for 1 magic water, and after that it will cost you a lot more, I think 1,000 increasing them. My general advice for you is to always first level up those kinds of skills that will give you damage. In this case, they more or less all give me damage except for preheating. But also things like AoE attacks, I don't really like those because it is quite unlikely that you'll be able to finish off all 3 of the enemies at once. And also in general, try to finish a skill before you level up the next one, because it doesn't matter what level they are on, they will always cost the same amount of AP. So in an effort to be to get the most use out of your AP, try to level up skills before leveling new ones. Same applies, of course, for the archer. She has different kinds. So, for instance, this one does poison. Here she has a invisibility, so she can have a 70% chance of dodging. I quite like this one because sometimes it can really get you out of a pinch, because the enemy has a 70% chance of doing no damage to a character. So, for instance, if you have a character who's only on 10 or 50 HP, it's not really useful giving them a heal, but you can gamble and hope that she won't get killed. Anyway, that's been it more or less on the dungeon. If you have any questions or you would like me to go into further detail, do post that in the comments and I will attend to it as fast as I can. Oh, obviously one more thing, the harder you choose, or the harder the stage that you choose, obviously the higher the drop rate will get, and you'll also get different material drop rates all the way up to the red dragon. On the hell mode, you can have the chance to drop a CPU, which is, I think it currently costs up to 1 EOS, which is quite good. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.